Hey everyone, welcome back to Daily Cafe Chat. I am Emily, and it is Saturday, May 30th. Lisa, are you in a quiet brain mood or a curious brain mood today?
Curious. Definitely curious. You know that feeling where you suddenly want to know what happens behind some everyday thing? Like the airport.
Oh, that is the perfect curiosity for this morning. Today's first story is exactly that.
Wait, really? Behind the scenes at the airport?
Yes, the busiest one in the world.
Oh, that is already a lot.
Atlanta Delta Airlines.
Okay, that is the setup. Hit me with the story.
They have an AI system quietly changing the way your suitcase finds you. It moves about 100,000 bags a day.
100,000. So my Saturday curiosity was apparently very on point.
We also have NASA, a new plan to actually live on the moon, like permanently.
Oh, wow, that is wild. Not just visit, live.
And we end with something a lot smaller.
Honey.
The kind on your toast. America is suddenly running short.
That is such a weird mix of stories. I love it.
Today's keyword pulls all three together. Lift. L-I-F-T.
Lift. I can already feel that one moving through these stories.
If you're new here, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss tomorrow. New here every morning.
Let's start with Atlanta.
Okay, so Atlanta. The airport there is the busiest in the world by passenger count. On a heavy day, Delta moves over 100,000 bags through that one airport.
I am picturing a sea of suitcases all going somewhere different.
It really is a sea. And the way they used to route those bags depended on each driver making their own call. Where to drop first, which gate is next, who was running late. So it was mostly experience.
The veteran drivers probably had the airport memorized.
Exactly. Newer drivers had a steeper hill. Delta built their own AI system to fix that. The algorithm hands every driver an optimized order.
So basically a brain telling everyone, drop here first, then there, then there?
Yes, and the comparison people are making is fun. It works a lot like the system Uber uses to assign rides to drivers.
Oh, that gave me a different mental picture. Suitcases routed like passengers.
Same kind of logic. One central brain, fast updates, every cart in sync.
I can already picture it. Like a traffic system, but for bags.
And the result is real. Transfer success, meaning your bag makes the connecting flight, went up by as much as 20%. That is the kind of number a traveler actually feels at the carousel. And here's the part I love. The biggest performance jump came from newer drivers. The system pulls them closer to the veterans.
That's such a different framing. The tool fills in experience for you.
Delta is rolling it out next to Detroit and Minneapolis, so it's not just a one-airport experiment anymore. A real production system across hubs. That feels significant. And one of their leaders called the AI, quote, an enabler.
That framing is everything, not replacing people, just giving them a lift.
There's our keyword, lift. A new driver gets lifted by the system itself.
And the passenger gets a tiny lift, too. One less suitcase to worry about.
Okay, from suitcases to something much bigger, the moon. NASA just laid out a plan to actually live up there.
Like a real base, not a quick trip and a flag?
Exactly that contrast. The new administrator made it official this week. A long-term base near the south pole of the moon, around $20 billion over 7 years.
Oh, wow, that is a serious checkbook for a serious idea.
And the location matters a lot. They are aiming for a crater called Shackleton, which has two big things going for it.
Hit me with both.
1, water ice, a lot of it, frozen in the shadows. 2, peaks nearby that get sunlight almost all the time. So you have power and you have water in the same neighborhood. That is huge. I never thought about the moon as having neighborhoods. It really does in a science sense. And the water ice unlocks something called ISRU, In-Situ Resource Utilization. Basically, you use what you find on the moon.
So instead of shipping every gallon of water from Earth, you melt the ice up there.
Right. Water, oxygen, even fuel components, all from local material. That's what makes living there even possible.
I can already picture an astronaut making coffee from frozen moon water. Sorry, my brain went there.
Honestly, mine too. The base itself starts with 4 to 8 crew, modular housing, nuclear power plus solar, and a fleet of commercial rovers.
Mm-hmm. And when does any of this happen for real?
Construction phases between 2032 and 2036. So real, but staged.
Got it. Slow build, not a single launch.
Exactly. And the quote everyone is sharing from the briefing is the one about never giving up the moon again.
That line is doing a lot of work. There's also a quiet race in the background with China and their lunar program.
Yes, 2 big national plans, same neighborhood up there.
That gave me chills, honestly. 2 countries lifting people off this planet at the same time.
Okay, from the moon back to your kitchen counter. Honey, the kind you drizzle on toast. America is suddenly running short.
Oh, this story I have actually noticed at the grocery store. Prices have crept up.
You felt it before the headline. There's a Bloomberg piece this week explaining the why behind it. The short version is that demand is up, supply is down, and the gap is widening.
So basically, more people reaching for honey, fewer jars on the shelf.
Exactly. And the reason demand is up has a name. Clean eating.
Okay, I've heard that phrase forever, but never really pinned it down. What does it mean exactly?
It's the trend of choosing food that feels less processed, natural sweeteners instead of refined sugar. Honey is the poster child for that whole vibe.
Got it. So healthier on paper, but suddenly a lot of pressure on one little jar.
And the supply side is rough. Beekeepers in the United States lost more than half of their managed colonies in the most recent year tracked.
That's the highest loss rate on record. Wait, that big a slice? That feels brutal.
It really is brutal. Production in 2025 dropped 14%, and the price per pound jumped 27%.
My grocery cart suddenly makes more sense. I thought it was just me.
It's not just you. The U.S. already imports a big share of its honey, and now imports are hitting record levels too.
That's wild. The country growing the trend can't grow the bees.
That's the irony in one sentence. And here's the small hopeful note. Higher prices might give beekeepers enough room to rebuild. The demand could lift the industry, if it can hold on.
There's our key word again, lift. A beat-up industry may be lifted back up by the people who love its product.
Same word, totally different scene. From a baggage cart, to the moon, to a jar of honey on your counter.
That stitches the whole morning together for me.
Okay, let us pull on that thread a little more before we go. 3 stitched stories, all lifting something different.
Right. A bag gets lifted to the right plane, a whole nation gets lifted up to the moon, and a honey jar gets lifted back onto shelves.
And the word does different work each time. Lift can mean elevate, like the moon. It can mean improve, like Delta's new drivers. It can mean rescue, like the honey industry.
I love that range. Same 3 letters plus T, and it stretches across this whole conversation.
So here is the question for our listeners today.
Okay, I'm ready.
Which lift story stuck with you most? Option A, Delta's AI lifting new baggage drivers. Option B, NASA lifting humans to a permanent moon base. Or option C, the honey industry possibly lifted by clean eating demand.
That's a tough choice. Each one is its own scale of lift. A worker, a nation, an industry. Right?
B for me. The idea of a real address in space, not just a visit, sits with me all morning.
I'm leaning A. It's the smallest scale, but it's the most human. A new person on the job getting a little help to keep up.
That's a beautiful pick.
Let us know in the comments which one you would pick. A, B, or C. We read them all.
And if today gave you a tiny lift, hit that subscribe button. It really helps the channel.
Tomorrow brings 3 new stories. We'll be back at the same time.
Until then, take care of your suitcase, your morning toast, and yourself.
Have a beautiful Saturday, everyone. Bye for now.